everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Christy here to do the extended monthly forecast for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the month of June 2018. I hope that you enjoyed your May 2018 extended forecast as well. This is a general reading for your sign, so whatever is most prominent in your life this month, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to. And I hope that you find them helpful and healing. So what does Scorpio need to know about secrets revealed? That's the theme I'm going for in June for all signs. It's an 8-card spread, bottom of the deck energy. We'll look at that briefly as well. But 8 cards, top row will be what is already obvious to you or available, and then the hidden realms or what could be used to your advantage are on the bottom row. What does Scorpio need to know about secrets revealed? Secrets revealed for Scorpio 2018. That turned right over. The Empress turned right over. We'll see if that comes up in the deck. There's a 3. That's the Birth card. Something could make its way to you, even if you didn't have to work for it. A secret, a project, a child, an actual child, an adoption, a project that's come to completion, that type of thing. Scorpio need to know for June 2018. And there we go. Look at that. You have the world. Libra had the world as well. This is really just the world is your oyster. Everything is available to you. You could be thinking about where you fit into the world. It could even just be about like where you want to move in terms of, holy smoke, sorry guys. I just bumped the table. Yeah, this could be about where you belong. We are dealing with a 3 here, so energetically we're dealing with a little bit of flirtatious energy. You could be flirting with this idea. But where you belong, this could have to do with a lover. Like, am I going to move to where my lover lives? Am I going to move to where my heart is? But essentially, where do I belong in the world? And what's meaningful to me? What does the world have to offer me? And what do I have to offer the world? So let's get both of your rows out and get started on your reading. Ooh, Scorpio. Holy smokes. Look at this. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. This, yeah, probably has to do with love, romance, emotions, feelings. We have the world up at the bottom of the deck. At the beginning of the reading and the end of the reading, we're dealing with cups energy. This is all about the emotions. This is your cup is overflowing. You might even have a lot of suitors right now, or one in particular who you're just, you consider the bee's knees, someone who's very attractive to you, who could be offering you the world right now emotionally. And let the flirting begin. He's here with the Knight of Cups. This is someone who's just like, this is a really sexy card. It's someone who is ready to tell you everything you've ever wanted to hear, and vice versa. There are 4 court cards here. Court cards are really just the king, queen, and knights. We have 2 knights. We have a king and a queen here. So I'm going to suggest that these are actors in your environment for June. These are other people in your environment. If, when I'm talking about them, they don't strike you as someone who you can contemplate or conjure who this person might be in your environment, then consider it energy in your environment or your own personality type. Okay, so by and large, I'm going to suggest these court cards are people in your environment that you're dealing with. If they are not and you can't figure out who they are, I'm going to suggest this is energy belonging to you or energy available to you, or someone who may come in as a person in your environment in the month of June. I find these readings interesting to look at near the end of the month that they're being read for as well. Friends have told me that when I'll ask if they saw their monthly reading when they're uploaded at the beginning of the month, and they'll say, no, I'm going to wait till, the last 2 weeks to read it, to listen to it, because I want to see how accurate it is and how things are going along. So whenever you're looking at this is when it should resonate for you. If you're finding it's not, do check back in a week or so and see if there are themes that are resonating. So beyond all the water, 1, 2, 3 water, you have 2 air, little bit of earth, little bit of fire. So someone who's incredibly stable as well. Again, could very well be you, Scorpio. This doesn't have to be anybody else, right? And when we're talking about flirtation and emotional energy here as well, if this isn't about another person or an actual, romance, this could be with you really learning to communicate lovingly and passionately to yourself. And believe me, this is a very big, important theme for anybody. It's not talked about very often, and I don't think, unfortunately, it's not discovered very often. We think that we always have to have this energy in relation to someone else, but we can really own this and have it and carry it around with us, and it just becomes something that's like, it's extraordinary. People are like, wow, I don't know what it is about her, or I don't know what it is about him. They just have like this really attractive energy, and it's very it's kind of mysterious, but I can't put my finger on why. I just feel really good when I'm around them. So it's just kind of like that energy. It doesn't have to be toward any one person. It can just be the way you carry yourself. So just another theme around snapshots here. We do have a lot of exciting energy, emotional wellness, someone who is just like cutting through the crap, getting to the point of the matter, someone who is extremely intellectually superior. I didn't mean to say that, but it just came out. I wouldn't say that you're sort of collecting superiority over other people necessarily. It's just like this is the way you tick, or someone in your environment is ticking this way. You could be dealing with, I'm going to throw some astrological signs here. You could be dealing with this month either suitors or individuals in your environment who will be players and actors in your life story this month. A Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, male or female, someone who is young at heart, not necessarily younger than you, but someone who is youthful. A Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, someone who is older than you, not necessarily in age, but someone who is mature energy, someone who is extremely intelligent, possibly a teacher, possibly an intellectual leader, or someone who is considered intellectually profound, very, very wise. A Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, man or woman who is older, as in maturity, not necessarily in age, as I keep saying. There's just a really mature energy here. This person could be younger than you, Scorpio, but they're an old soul, okay, would be another way to frame that. So just to recap, your Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and your Libra, Gemini, Aquarius individuals will be mature. They are not necessarily older in age than you. This is just very mature energy. You could also frame these as old souls, okay? And then your Knight of Cups here, which is a Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer in your environment. So there's a lot of people. playing in your environment this month. Unless you live alone and you don't talk to anybody and you don't go anywhere, then this is all going to be about you. This is all going to be about you. But again, you'll have to tell me in the comments how this is going to play out for you this month, because this is a general reading, so I can't say exactly these people will be in your environment, but very likely they will. And one could even be leading you to another, interestingly. So that being said, let's get into what the cards individually mean in their environment. Here we have beginning the Ace of Water. It is above the Five of Water. So again, the top row is what is available or obvious to you. This is what is a given, okay? Something that you probably are just saying, yeah, I know, or I just needed that confirmed, or at least I know I'm going in the right direction. The bottom row is going to speak to what is available to you weren't aware of, or, you know, this is the unknown. This is the mystery here. So this is what you can use to your advantage or what you can appeal to better your situation. The Ace of Cups is actually my favorite card of the entire tarot, and I'll tell you why. This is the cup of Christ, okay? This is the cup of God. This is pure source energy. This is, okay, and if you know God and if you know Christ, this is love, right? This is pure love. It's not romance. Like the Knight of Cups is pure love, you know, exhibited as romance, right? It's how it's used. It's how it's exhibited. It's how it's framed. But and you know, remember that the Knight of Cups is holding. So in the original artwork, they're holding a cup. They're holding this cup, and the little tiny babel fish with the secrets to getting to someone's heart is coming out of the cup. So like this is about communication, right? Communicating what's in your heart. But this is the actual heart. This is the actual cup. Like it's purity. It's pure love. It's pure source energy. To me, it's very likely that you're on the right track. In fact, it's virtually impossible right now for you to be on the wrong track, just because you'd be having a lot of hold-up cards. You'd have a Hanged Man. You'd have more swords, right? There's nothing holding you up here. This is all systems go. So this is really delightful, beautiful energy for you. If you were in any doubt that you have this energy in your environment or access to it, you can set that aside. So this is what is evident to you. You're, you know, feeling really good. You're feeling really confident in the, you know, high frequency energy. And it sits atop, right? The bottom row is what's underneath. What's really under the surface here is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is dissatisfaction. It's like something's not good enough emotionally. Something isn't what you wanted, what you expected. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be. But we're dealing with cups. So we're dealing with however you're utilizing or realizing your emotions this month. And the Five of Cups, even though this glorious, pure love sits on top of it, is like almost like there's a dissatisfaction here. And it could be, you know, I'm going to suggest it has to do with expectations. This is where the human condition gets wrapped up a lot. You know, our expectations usually fall short, especially if there's someone else involved, just because it's another actor in our environment. So it could be a slight letdown. It's really nice to have a communication about this if that's the case. It's really nice to let love rule if this is the case. If it has to do with expectations, you were a little bit disappointed here. It's really nice to say, you know, the 4 out of 5 are great. The original artwork, for example, has 3 cups that are spilled and 2 cups that are remaining. And if you remember, the 2 of Cups is the soulmate's card. So there's a lot going on here that you may not be looking at, or you may be looking at what's wrong about the situation as opposed to what's right about the situation. You could be looking with more energy at the expectations versus what someone or what even you reasonably have to offer at this time, and you just accept that as opposed to expecting more. There's an opportunity here to accept what is. And I really feel like in the acceptance of that, it'll set you free. It'll also help remind you of how much love and, purity really does exist in the first place. But a dissatisfaction here is underneath this pure love. So try not to let whatever dissatisfaction has occurred for you, whether it's internal or external to you, override this real true purity here, this real, heart, this real faith in the heart, and faith in romance, faith in affection, faith in maybe even a soulmate. Maybe someone didn't come through for you in the way that you wanted them to or even needed them to, right? And that can happen. But because we have some swords here, especially over, romantic communication, there's this level of and your second 5, right? Which is a little bit of discord. It's almost like, did you make it clear, right? Were you obvious about what you needed? Did you set someone up, consciously or subconsciously? Was it a test, etc.? That type of thing. And it could be, this could be happening to you. This could be energy that's happening to your environment. And they're the one who's disappointed. Right? And you're reminding someone else, look, there's a lot of love here. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Let's, remember what we have and try again, etc., etc. So a little bit of patience here. Try to cut back on especially if it's not communicated or miscommunicated expectations. Maybe even, examine your expectations at this time. Not to drive yourself nuts with them, but just to maybe understand, it's not even saying either that you can't get what you want either. All it's saying is that for whatever reason, the expectations in this instance were too high. Perhaps if you communicate something differently, perhaps if there's a meeting of the minds as opposed to some discord here. Perhaps if you use a little bit of heart in getting a message across, even if you're right, even if you have all the answers here, right? You can really help influence someone positively in a very stable, mature way here. So yeah, I'm gonna get away from this. This is really taking up a little bit of my time just playing with this, but I just feel like maybe let some expectations go. Let us move on. Time is ticking. Wow, it goes by fast. So we have the Knight of Wands here. This is really rushing energy. This could be a player energy. If this is about a romance, this is the player card, right? This is someone who is very seductive as opposed to, this is the seducer as opposed to, I'm going to whisper sweet nothings in your ear and probably we're going to get, we're going to overeat together and get chubby and one of us is going to cry type thing. There's a vulnerability here, even in the flirting. Because it's a connection to the heart. This is the wham bam, thank you ma'am. This is the are you ready? Let's go. So it's almost like there could be a slight miscommunication here. There's a lot of love. You had a lot to offer, a little bit of disappointment down here. And then there's the come on, let's get it on. And then we have our first pentacles. So we have 3 5s, by the way. So multiply, that's 15, we have 6. So we have balance. We have relationship balance here. So there could be something having to do with balance in a relationship or an imbalance. So the second five of the reading is the Five of Pentacles, and fives are always about discord, displacement, distrust, disappointment, but the six always follows, okay? So something is going to even itself out here. So don't let this override anything. So like this passionate player energy, not that he or she is a player, but this energy, underneath it is this Five of Pentacles, which is really just saying something is empty. Someone could be, if this is a person in your environment, I'm going to suggest that they are not revealing all themselves to you, or they're actually concealing how unwell they are. This is a physical card, right? The physical realm, the pentacles. So their mental health, their physical health, their finances, their home, their family situation, their business prospects, their education, etc. So something's, listen, if you want to have a good time with this really fiery, let's get it on personality here, go for it. But I wouldn't get wrapped up in it. I think this is what's going to be disappointing. And they might not even be concealing it from you. I'm not saying they're hiding it on purpose or they're lying. I'm saying maybe it'll just be so exciting and you're going to think it's love, or they're going to sell it to you like it's love. But look at the fives underneath it. Look at this, disappointment. And then feeling left out in the cold. There's something this person is hiding from you. This person is unwell. Financially, physically. Mental health. Okay. Trying not to say disease, but like there's this, they're so unwell, and they're like, it's, but worse than that, they're like neglecting help. Like they don't want your help. They don't want anybody's help. They don't even want to be told that there's a problem. So really look out for these energies here. This is beneath the surface, so this is something you should be aware of. Here we have the Queen of Air. As we know, that is swords. So as I mentioned at the beginning here, we are dealing with a mature individual, man or woman, who has a great deal of feminine energy. This is Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini energy. You'll either have that in your moon or in your rising, or this is a person in your environment. If that's the case, they don't have to be older than you. This is just their energy. But this is very wise, cutting energy. Yeah, you kind of have to be in the mood for it. I'll tell you, as a Scorpio, I'm not Scorpio. I know a lot of Scorpios. If this isn't your sign, and it could very well be, if you're a Scorpio sun and you have Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini moon or rising, this is you, okay? So, and if you have a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo rising or moon, this is you as well. Okay, so don't read into that being another person. This is you. Be aware of what's under the surface of these energies. But if it isn't, that this is someone in your environment that really can help you in a critical situation right now. She's extremely wise. She's probably a teacher of some sort. And she abides by truth. This is a person who is not going to mislead you. Again, if this is your energy, I would trust this aspect of yourself right now. It's one of the two most mature portions of your own personality, if this is you, Scorpio. Okay, listen to your highest, most mature energy right now. So this Queen of Swords could lead you to, or is related to, or has under the surface, the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is extremely well to do, okay, in the physical sense, in the physical world. So this could be health. You could be getting better. You could be avoiding baloney relationships or conversations in order to heal yourself and heal your life. And this is how far you've come in just 1 month, okay? You went from Five of Pentacles to the King, which is, it's the last card in the suit. So you've surpassed everything in one fell swoop here by coming to terms with it. And you're like, no, I want to be well. I want all these things. My prosperity includes physical and financial wellness. You have so much that you can give to others. You are a beacon of hope for others. You are extremely stable. Extremely stable. Both of your feet are on the ground. You're very trustworthy. You have a very mature energy. You have a lot to offer, and you are the master of this environment. And I feel strongly, just for the moment, reading these together, that you all, like, I feel like there's a level of denial for you. I can't help but say that. Like, are you in denial, for example, that something was disappointing and that you can try again? Are you in denial that something that didn't work out, that was fast and furious here, wasn't healthy? Or maybe it was, and you just need to come to terms with it. And maybe this is what you need to come to terms with so you can let go and move forward. But beautiful over here is, I think equally as important, you need to come to terms with how prosperous you are and how much you have to offer and provide and enlighten other people with. If this isn't you or your energy, this is a Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus in your environment who is available to you, who can provide you with a lot of security right now. This is a very secure card. Here at the end of the reading is the Five of Swords. So again, this is your third five. We're dealing with a little bit of conflict again, but this is internal to you. This is going on in your head. So you're just trying to, you're fighting over something in your head. Something you've heard, discovered, learned, read about. You're just thinking about it, and it's causing a little bit of internal turbulence for you. Don't be too hard on yourself at this stage. Don't really spend a lot of time here. Thank God you're only in the suits of swords. It's on the lower end, so it's something that can be resolved really quickly. You have the smarts. Like, this is an incredibly intellectually smart, borderline genius card here. So, like, maybe have some faith in yourself. Stop belittling yourself. Stop maybe looking at the past or what didn't work, or some lower level disappointments or upsets, and take the world by the reins here. The Messenger of Cups, as I said, is the Knight of Cups. And you finish really strong. This is available to you. You got to speak the language of love to feel it. You got to feel confident. Ooh, that came right out they're two different worlds, right? We have the swords, which is thinking, and then we have the cups, which is the heart. Compassion would be another way to put that there as well. Great deal of compassion. So maybe begin with yourself if that's the case. If you're having a hard time identifying with someone, a hard time coming to terms with something, even forgiving yourself, maybe have some compassion for yourself. And if you're forgetting what it's like to flirt, or you're forgetting how it feels, or there's still some unresolved energy from a previous hookup or relationship or romance, or someone who you got excited with here, it's almost like maybe it's a good time to let it go. Maybe it's a good time to come to terms with that and create a new story, create a new narrative around it. Like, you're in charge. I think this is another thing that a lot of us, any sign, gets stuck with sometimes. Like, the past is literally the rear view mirror, and the future is a crystal ball. I mean, we can play with them, I guess, but I mean, it doesn't talk about the present, and it doesn't help us in the present. So I think those are important to reflect upon and to dream about, but it's really important to live in the present. And remember that each of us has to do this day by day, right? One day at a time. So very quickly here we have the porcupine. This is innocence, very closely aligned here, I would say almost in cahoots with the Ace of Cups. This is pure love, okay? Capital L, love. And remember, everything is frequency. So this is just all frequencies. It's just all energy, whether it's you or somebody else. So innocence, really remember what that's like. Don't get caught up in the pain. Don't get caught up in the drama in the past, where if anything's gone wrong, and God knows it has, you're more than a day old. So, have some compassion and love and gentleness and faith in yourself. Reach for that full cup, okay? And remember innocence. Remember what it's like to laugh and just be free and have fun. You're between worlds. Yeah, you're really stepping out of something old and into something new. It's going to feel like a celebration once you do. We do have another 3 here. So, of course, 3s and a 3 here as well. We have the 3 5s. Of course, that's 15. That's a 6. So, you know, the 3s are talking about flirtation and a little bit of celebration. So there's something to look forward to. Don't give up. Here with getting to know each other, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So very quickly, if this is about a creative project, really just keep going in the direction that you're going. Don't hold yourself up. Remember that you have it all. You have all the answers. You don't need to make excuses, and you speak the language you need to, and someone will meet you in the middle. Don't worry too much about it. If this is about a relationship or a romance, you know, go slow. Keep it light. Keep it fun. Reveal a little bit of yourself at a time so that you don't feel like you're disappointed here in yourself or someone else. But keep the channel of communication open. And then truth and integrity. Well, 100%. This is the way to get by in life in general. Not only will you weed out the people who can't communicate like this or can't behave in the world with truth and integrity, but you'll attract them. And this is what you want in your life. Scorpio, you're much too deep of a sign to deal with frauds, right? So, you know, get the real deal here. Truth and integrity, especially under the Messenger of Cups here, is you'll know in your heart of hearts. Trust your intuition, especially your intuition this month with regard to who is good for you and who isn't good for you. So that is your reading for the month. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, comment below. I love hearing from you. And I will see you again in a couple of weeks. Take excellent care, Scorpio. Bye for now.